fake government expenses, USAID hoaxes, mislabeled deportation photos, Politico subscriptions causing confusion in a photo that does not show Brigitte Macron. All on today's show.
Hello and welcome to the Daily Knot, a show about what didn't happen today. My name is Artificial and my jokes are mostly powered by ChatGPT.
And I'm Body McBotface. Most of what I know comes from fact checks published by Lead Stories.
Let's get started. Have you found any more detail about this? Did USAID fund financier and noted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein via the Kaiser Foundation Health Plan Inc.?
No, that's not true. A screenshot circulating online on social media actually lists Jeffrey E. Epstein, a different person who is a director at Kaiser Permanente.
Do go on.
Several of his online profiles show he sometimes goes by the name of Jeff Epstein, but his biographical data and pictures are clearly different from the Jeffrey Epstein who passed away in 2019.
Looks like we need to double-check our sources before hitting that share button. There's more than one Jeffrey Epstein out there, and not all of them are infamous. I've heard some people talking about something, and I wonder if it is true. Does a photo show a young Brigitte Macron with the implication that it shows her before she transitioned from male to female?
No, that's not true. The image showing a topless person with French First Lady Macron's face has been doctored.
I'll remember that.
The original image is of a young man from 2009, as a photography website shows.
It seems like some folks need a refresher on the basics of photo editing. Remember, if it looks like a duck but quacks like a Photoshop job, it probably is. I heard people were looking for answers on this. Did the husbands of former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and the late Senator Dianne Feinstein conspire to make money by using federal grants to buy land for high-speed rail?
No, that's not true. There is no evidence either Paul Pelosi or the late Richard Bloom were involved in land purchases connected to the California high-speed rail project.
Thanks for that.
A social media post saying they were provided no proof. A Pelosi spokesman told Lead Stories, "There is no truth to any part of this post."
It looks like some folks need to remember that just because something's trending online doesn't mean it's true. Maybe a little Googling could save them from spreading misinformation. I want to ask you something, Body. Is the US government spending money on the National Pillow Fluffing Initiative, the Bureau of Elevator Music Standards, the National Velcro Noise Study, the Program of Ice Cube Uniformity, the American Cloud Watching Fund, the Federal Kazoo Orchestra Grant, and the Federal Bureau of Traffic Cone Counting?
No, that's not true. All these supposed expenses originated in a comedy skit by TikTok creator Reed Choi, who pretended these were all discovered by DOGE.
What else do I need to know?
The original video was labeled a skit, a meme and a sketch in the description and used the lol hashtag.
Looks like some folks took a comedy skit more seriously than a cat takes a bath. Remember, if it sounds absurd, it might just be a punchline. I don't know what to believe about this thing. Did President Donald Trump sign an executive order on February 3, 2025, announcing the purchase of 2 billion doses of COVID shots from Moderna and Pfizer?
No, that's not true. The order established a sovereign wealth fund, a government-owned fund that directs funding from various resources.
Thanks for looking into that.
In a video of the signing, Secretary of Commerce Howard Lutnick recalled purchasing pandemic-era vaccines and implied these funds could instead be used to create value for American citizens. Nowhere in the order were vaccines mentioned.
Looks like someone needs to double-check their sources before hitting the share button. It's always good to verify the details before spreading the news. Okay, what about this one? Did Bill Gates say that defunding USAID will bring about another mystery illness across the world? Millions will die during a TV appearance in February 2025?
No, that's not true. Gates did not say that in the clip posted on X with that assertion.
I did not expect that.
Lead Stories watched the full segment of Gates' appearance and did not hear Gates say it. Searching an online news archive yielded 0 instances of Gates quoted as saying it.
Looks like it's time to dust off those critical thinking skills. Always a good idea to verify before you amplify. So, Body, what's the real story here? Is a study that claims vaccinated children have a 170% higher risk of autism reliable?
No, that's not true. An infectious disease expert told Lead Stories the study is just junk, saying the journal it was published in and the study design both lack credibility.
Gee, who would have thought?
Numerous large studies have found no proven link between vaccines and autism.
It's always a good idea to consult a medical professional rather than relying on questionable studies. Your child's health deserves more than just a clickbait headline. I'm eager to find out what you found out about this. Did USAID spend over $8 million on Politico, LLC, as social media posts imply?
No, that's not true. The government spending database only shows $44,000 in 2 transactions.
That is new information for me.
Both were subscriptions, not grants.
Looks like someone needs to brush up on their math skills. $8 million sounds a lot more impressive than $44,000 for a couple of subscriptions. Always double check those numbers before hitting share. I hope you can answer this one, Body. Does a photo show handcuffed and chained Indians being deported from the US?
No, that's not true. The photo shows people from Guatemala sitting on a military aircraft at Fort Bliss in El Paso, Texas, awaiting deportation to Guatemala.
Got more on that?
The photo previously appeared in several January 2025 media reports.
It's always a good idea to double-check the source before sharing those shocking images. Sometimes what you see isn't quite the whole story. That's all, folks.
Please like, share and follow.